And welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. I am the host of tonight's show, Michael Buckheiser. I'm joined with my man, my brother from another mother, Chris Hill. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, Mikey. How we doing, buddy? You having a good day?
Dude, it's been an amazing day. Even though it's been kind of rainy and crappy here in southern Indiana in the Louisville area, man, it's a beautiful day to be alive, man. Basketball season is in full swing, and football's in kind of full swing as well as the NFL goes. So that kind of makes me happy. But speaking of football, man, the Senior Bowl is coming up here in the next few weeks, and our possibly top 10 pick for the year, Josh Allen, has decided to sit out the Senior Bowl. Some of his agents and like advisors have pretty much said, "Hey, it's done for you to play. You're going to risk injury." For basically to not to gain anything. Like I know in the past, Chris, you were very, very passionate about this side of things, and I kind of wonder what your view on this is like as now. Has your view changed on it?
No, it hasn't. I mean, my thing, and I know I'm going to get flack for it. I always do. I always seem to. He's already played 15 games this year and risked injury in every game, and
all for the team.
I don't see. You're right, but I don't see how, like, quote unquote, one more, wouldn't really hurt. But I mean, I understand to a certain point. Like, half of me gets it, half of me doesn't.
So what half of you understands it, like, type of thing?
I mean, as a fan, it kind of makes me mad, and I only say that because I don't get to see him
one more
represent.
Time. Right.
Yeah, I don't get to see him represent the University of Kentucky, one more time.
Okay, so just before you get too carried away into that, would you rather see him represent Kentucky one more time, or would you rather see him represent Kentucky for 12 to 15 years in the NFL?
I mean, that's without a doubt. I'd rather see him represent Kentucky in the NFL. I would much rather see him. Okay. I would much rather see him walk across that NFL draft stage as the first, second, or third overall pick,
and have a very long NFL career, right?
Yeah, then play this game, get hurt, and not even have an NFL career.
Exactly. So I kind of feel by that statement, you were kind of coming over to mine and Matthew's side by saying, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad to set out one game because I'd rather see you, I'd rather see you represent the UK than for 15 years than for one game, right?
Absolutely, man.
So,
and I don't know, man. I'm excited to see where he goes in the draft. I think he's got to go top 3. That's my guess.
Projected from Mel Kiper, which is he's a pretty staple name in the ESPN NFL draft.
Yes, he is.
Draft picks. He has him as the number 10 overall, pick. I'm sorry. He has him as the 10th best player in the draft. Now, saying he will go 10 pick, probably not, because that's usually not how it pans out. Usually, quarterbacks and offensive linemen usually find a way like above him, but I did see at one point he was projected to be a number 3 or number 4 overall pick. So
yeah. I mean, if Mel Kiper's high on you, you usually go pretty high in the draft.
Right. So I mean, I definitely understand why Josh Allen is sitting out. Like I said this on the previous show, how we had that, like you and Matt kind of got into it like a tad bit, and unfortunately, I was on the side of Matt because by him playing, even if he was only playing 16 snaps, I wouldn't anticipate him going 150% on those 16 snaps, just because he was scared to get hurt, and that is usually when you get hurt is when you don't play full speed for full tilt type of thing. So
right, yeah, I could totally see that. But I know, I mean, then again, he could only play a handful of snaps, and then, the rest of the game be doing interviews and stuff on the sidelines and hanging out with NFL scouts and stuff. But I mean, you never know. I mean, I get that he doesn't want to risk the injury. I mean, I understand that. He's kind of I mean, he's looking forward to his future and he's trying to secure his future and stuff. I mean, I totally understand that. I just want to see him do really good. I just want to see him do well.
Yeah, and
but we have other players that are going to represent the University of Kentucky in this game anyway. So
yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 other ones that were invited. I
don't
know if they're playing or not.
Yeah, for the Senior Bowl, I know Lonnie Johnson, Mike Edwards, and Darius White are all playing in the Senior Bowl. And it would have been Josh Allen, so we would have had 4, but we still got 3.
Right.
And then the East-West Shrine game, we've got my man, C.J. Conrad, Jordan Jones, Butchie Stallings, and drawing a blank on his name, Derek Beatty, are all playing in the East-West Shrine game. But CJ is now a scratch for that game. He hurt his shoulder during practice this week or something, and decided to sit out this game to nurse this shoulder injury.
So I have not seen the 3rd or 4th round of projection picks, which I kind of think that's where CJ Conrad would end up if he were to get picked up. He is definitely not a first weekend type of player, I don't think. So let's just say that injury, came from Josh Allen. Josh Allen hurt his shoulder during a practice. That could definitely hurt his stock a lot. So by CJ Conrad sitting out, do you think this will affect him to getting into the NFL at all, or getting drafted?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's already injured, so he doesn't really need to worry about anything other than nursing this injury and getting ready for the combine. That's his best bet, man. To make any kind of splash or any kind of dent in his draft stock, he's got to nurse this injury as well as he can and get ready for the draft. I think, or for the combine. I think if missing this game, I mean, like you said, he's probably maybe a 3rd, 4th round guy anyway. So I don't really think missing this game is going to hurt his draft stock at all. So I think as far as CJ is concerned, this is a smart move to skip this game, nurse this injury, and have a really, really, really good combine.
So I actually see that he is projected to go in the sixth round actually.
Okay.
So I mean, he is not even a second day type of person. He's a 3rd day.
Right. So yeah. So I don't.
So,
yeah.
So honestly,
him skipping this game, I don't think it's going to mess with his draft stock at all, man.
It will. By him not playing, it does not hurt his draft stock any. But let's say he played and he had a great game, that could have definitely helped his stock.
Absolutely.
So I mean, the Patriots. I mean, I hate to talk about the Patriots, but they are legendary of finding guys in the late rounds. 4, 5, 6, 7 round guys.
Right.
And their tight end is hurt. He's probably going to retire. CJ Conrad could fit in right into that Patriots system and have a great long career.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean he definitely has the size, the speed, and I mean he's got good hands, but that shoulder injury. I mean he's got to if come combine time, if that injury is still nagging him, he'll probably go undrafted. But then again,
100%.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like you said, it seems like the Patriots, man, they always seem to find that diamond in the rough somewhere.
Yeah.
And somebody that we've never even heard of. I mean, we've obviously heard of CJ, but
how many people in the country can say, you can walk up to them and say CJ Conrad, and you're like, oh, he went to such and such. I mean,
right.
As a casual football fan myself, can you tell me where Tom Brady he went to school? No.
Yeah. I know where he went to college.
Well, but I'm saying it because you are a Michigan fan as well. But how about their tight end? Do you know where he went?
Which tight end?
Gronk.
Gronk?
Yeah.
Gronk went to Arizona.
Okay. What about Travis Kelce? Do you know where he went to college at?
Oh, Lord, Travis Kelce.
Chiefs tight end.
Oh, man, where did he go to college?
See, very few people really remember where you go to college if you drop out of that second round. So
wasn't it like a MAC school or something?
You know, honestly, I am a huge Kansas City fan, and I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you either, man.
You could have told me he went to Iowa State, and I'm like, oh, cool. To be honest, but
I have no idea.
But that is beyond the point here. But hopefully CJ does get healthy. He nurses that shoulder back to health 100%. And I would love to see him in a Patriots uniform as long as he's not playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So moving on here, we have a big basketball game coming up on Saturday. We have our number 12 ranked Kentucky Wildcats traveling to dreaded Alabama and take on the Auburn Tigers, number 14.
That's right.
First of all, Chris,
that's right.
What do you want to see out of the first half? Like, what is your expectations just from the first half?
Okay, well, this game is a kickoff to a 3-game stretch of where we're going to play a top 25 opponent. That right there in itself is going to be pretty difficult. These next 3 games are going to kind of tell us where we're at, even more so than, the North Carolina game, the Louisville game, whatever. I want to see, which I don't know if you've noticed the past few games, especially since we started SEC play, we're really slow out of the gate.
Yep, 100%.
It takes us a good, 5 to 8 minutes to get in that groove, and start gelling together. I want to see that disappear, go away. I would love to see, everyone wants to see that go away. I know we're high on Reed Travis. I know that's your boy. And I know you want.
Now he's starting to fall back in as an Azure.
Was your boy, and that's what I was getting ready to say, man. He's starting to kind of degress and not progress as fast as what we want to see him progress. Well, he's not doing that.
Well, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there, before you finish your thought here. He had already hit his ceiling when he came to UK. He was a college basketball player when he came to UK. So those other guys, they were still high school kids. They were still playing AAU ball. Like, I'm just going to run up and down the court. I'm going to be the star. And now those other guys are figuring out college basketball, so they are just starting to rise up. Reed Travis is still being Reed. He is not going to get any. I mean, he might improve a little bit, but what we have for Reed Travis is what we have. Now these freshmen, their ceiling is very, very high, and they are just starting to close that gap that was earlier in the season. So sorry to interrupt, but.
Right. Oh, no, dude, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Okay, where was I? Oh, all right. I think that we should. I'd like to see a tweak to the starting lineup. To be honest with you,
who'd you see?
Maybe you don't start Reed and we start Nick Richards instead. Mm-hmm. I didn't get to watch the Georgia game in its entirety. I caught glimpses, a couple minutes here or there. I saw the last minute and a half or so of the game and actually got to sit down and watch it, which, by then it was over with.
Right.
But from stuff that I've read and the highlights and stuff like that, Nick had an outstanding game.
He had flashes of him last year around the February time frame.
Yeah. Right. He didn't. I'm trying to think. Reed played 21 minutes and had 6 points. I don't know 100% for sure what Nick finished with.
I think he had like 4 points, maybe.
Yeah, and I said he only played like 8 minutes or something like that.
But they were very quality minutes. They're pretty quality
Right.
minutes.
Right, and yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. Like he come in and had a couple steals, had a block shot or two, and some pretty big rebounds. I don't get it, man. If we can see the full potential of Nick and PJ, PJ kind of PJ and Nick. If we could see them play to their full potential, then you're going to forget about Reed. I mean, you're not going to completely forget about him, but he's not going to be that on that quote unquote hype train anymore. I don't know, man. I think it's time for maybe like a little bit of a switch in the lineup, and that's what I would do. I would sit Reed. I would not start Reed Travis. I'd put Nick Richards in the spot and see if maybe that's the spark that we need to not start in the hole. Or, I mean, not start in the hole, but start slow, you know.
Yeah, like,
and I don't really get it though, man. I've only noticed that when we've started SEC play, that it kind of takes us a little bit of time to warm up per se.
Well, like SEC play is a different animal than, you know, the UNC high school that like we're playing against, or, you know, even Seton Hall. I mean like Seton Hall might be a tournament team, but they are still not as good as any SEC team. So, I mean,
Gotcha.
And we also have a bullseye on our back for every SEC team. So they are coming out hype, ready to go. And you know, for like us, you know, like we're playing Georgia. They aren't ranked. You know, they are 1-3 in the conference, or like 8-8 on the season. Who really cares? Now, as to your point of like sitting Reed, I think that would be a horrible idea, because if you watch the last few games, that is where our points came from in the first 8 or 9 minutes, was getting the ball down to Reed Travis.
Yeah, but I mean, also if you watch the first couple of minutes of that Georgia game, I mean, we were getting dunked on. It looked like an NBA dunk contest the first 5 minutes of that game, because I mean, I don't know if Reed wasn't ready for that or what, but it looked horrible that first couple minutes.
To be honest,
and I don't think
the last 3 or 4 games that we played, every team that has played us has come out hot shooting threes. You know, they've been 5 for 5, 6 for 6, like.
Yeah. Thank you for the transition, Mike, because that was going to be my next thing that I kind of want to keep an eye out for with this Auburn team. Speaking of the 3 ball, Auburn shoots more 3-pointers than any team in the country.
Yeah,
I
think they set a record versus Oklahoma. Made threes.
Yes, they've shot over 500 3-pointers already at this point in the season. And what's crazy is they usually hit a majority of them.
But they also live and die by the 3.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to think of that.
Yeah, like
I'm picturing him in my head, but I can't think of his name. Brown's his last name.
Yeah, for Auburn.
He's one of the Auburn guards. Yeah, Brown and Bryce Brown, I think is his name, and Jared Harper. Them two, I mean, they shoot 40% beyond the arc. I mean, that's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy, the amount of threes that they shoot in a game, and if they can get on and start hitting them, and we get 9, 12 points down at that 16-minute timeout mark in the second, I mean, anything can happen.
Okay, so what are you expecting for the first half? Like, what do you want to see? You want them to see, you want to see them.
I want to see us come out of the gate. Yeah, I want to see us come out of the gate swinging, not take anything on the chin that first couple of minutes, not repeat that Georgia, the dunk contest there at Georgia. We need to establish. Reed's got to get better in the paint, man. He just having 6 points a game. Those are rookie numbers, man. We got to step that up, especially with this next 3-game slate that we're fixing to go through. I mean, like I said, the next 3 games we played are against top 25 opponents. This is probably going to be one of our hardest stretches of the year. I mean, the Kansas game may get a little overshadowed by Kansas's best player. What's his name? The guy that got hurt.
Abuka.
Yeah.
Azuka
I mean, if
Buka
we
or
win
something.
that game, if we win that game, then it's going to be, they didn't have their best player, whatever. And it's
Okay,
not
so
gonna be
you're
as
kind of getting sidetracked here, Chris.
quality of a
Reel it
win.
back in here. You're kind of,
But
we're not worried about Kansas Jayhawks yet. We're worried about the Auburn Tigers right now.
no one likes Kansas.
So what I want to see from Kentucky in this first half is I want Auburn to shoot the ball. I want them to make 8 of their first 12 shots behind the arc, and I still want to see us within 4 to 6 points, within striking point, because I think that will give us confidence going into the second half. And historically, Auburn cools off in the second half when they're shooting threes. So they go into halftime leading by 4 to 6, even 8 points, and they're shooting the ball crazy good. I will feel happy about that. I will not be discouraged because I know UK is going to come out in that second half hungry, and I think Cal, he has switched his coaching style a tad bit to be more encouraging this year instead of years past. So he'll be like, hey guys, they are shooting the ball 80% or something to that effect, and we're only down by 6 points at the halftime. Then in the second half, I really expect them to come out firing on all cylinders. I look for Higgins to kind of take the game over like he did against Georgia when he had a career high 23 points. And I expect Hero then to I want Higgins to penetrate the lane and either kick it to Reed or PJ in the post, or kick it out to Hero or Keldon for a long range shot. So that is what I anticipate happening in the first half. Is it kind of goes for blow. Auburn shoots the ball lights out from the arc. They cool off in the second half, and then we're in a dogfight.
And then our defense just takes over.
Yeah, hopefully that would be fantastic.
Hopefully.
So what is your prediction for the game, Chris?
Okay, I've got 2 predictions. I don't see us winning this game. I'll go ahead and say that. Auburn is come out of nowhere. I mean, Bruce Pearl. There's no doubt that Bruce Pearl is.
They really haven't came out of they've been around for 3 or 4 years. Been pretty solid since Pearl came in there.
Right. Pearl's been there 5-6 years, something like that. He didn't inherit such a great team, but what he has done down there thus far is pretty commendable. Auburn's a tough team, man. If they can start knocking down threes, and like they have been, and we get in the hole, then I see us clawing back some, and our defense, getting us back in the game, but I don't think it'll be enough. I see us losing by at least 6 points this game. I hate saying that, man, but I don't see us beating Auburn in Auburn.
Right, and
not if they can establish a 3 quick, and I mean, if Reed starts having trouble, and then PJ gets in a foul trouble or something like that, and we got to sit him, or if Nick is off, if Reed's off and we pull him out and put Nick in, and Nick has an off game, I mean, you never know. But if Ashton can pick up where he left off, Ashton's defense is not an issue. He actually just set a Kentucky record by his 6th straight game was having 6 or 3+ steals in a game. That's a Kentucky school record. If he can keep doing that, I believe he won defensive freshman of the week for SEC honors. I think he won that this week. If he can pick up where he left off in Athens, he's going to have a great game. but I mean, I don't think it'll be enough.
So
Not if.
So you keep referring to the play of Nick, PJ, and Reed, but I don't think that is the key to the game. Our guard play will be key. It is Hero finding his shot. It is Keldon finding his shot. It is Hagen's continuing what he's done since the Louisville game when he started to really take shape and like find his role on the team. So I feel that the post play will be fine, but the guard play is where we will win and lose this game. And right now, I don't trust our guard play enough to overcome a team like Auburn. So I picked them all, like pretty much all season so far. I am picking Auburn to win this game, and the score will not reflect of how close the game actually is. I think we're going to lose by 10 or 12 points because we will foul late and put them on the line.
Oof.
To like
10 or 12.
Yep.
Oof.
Like just like I said, the score will not reflect of like how close the game actually was, because we will start to foul them late, put them on the line, and they'll hit their foul shots. So
yeah. And you mentioned a name that I kind of want to talk about, Keldon Johnson. What's up with Keldon, man? He just had a bad game. He's had a few bad games, man. He played 20-something minutes and didn't hit a set. He went like 0 for 6, had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. I think's what he had in almost 30 minutes of playing time. I mean, what's up with that, man? What's going on? What do you think's going on with him?
Well, the like what we played Georgia and then Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt is a zone team. They run a defensive zone, and probably 90% of the kids on the UK roster has never seen a zone. They're always usually manned up, and they can kind of do what they want to do. Many of these freshmen do not know how to pass the ball, and that is how you beat a zone, is you pass the ball. And Vanderbilt kind of laid out that blueprint for Georgia and the rest of the SEC. So what did Georgia come out and do? Once UK started to make a run, when they played that man, they flipped over to that zone, and that took UK out of the offense of like kind of zone that they had. So therefore, when you can't pass and you really don't know how to play a zone offense, it kind of eliminates your players that excel off of the high pace, fast paced game. And like I think that's what Keldon wants, is he wants to get the ball in his hands, put a couple, put the ball on the ground 3 or 4 times and shoot a 16-foot shot. And in a zone, that's not what you can do. So I think that's what his issue was the last few games.
I like it, man. ESPN could totally use you, buddy.
They could, but they don't like my stutter. So.
Oh, they don't.
Losers.
Well, we don't like ESPN then.
I do. I love ESPN. Okay, so Chris, moving on here. So we actually both have, our beloved Cats losing Saturday to Auburn.
Unfortunately, man.
Which sucks. But when you're picking games, you have to pick with your head, not your heart. So with that being said, moving forward here, Chris, let's pick the rest of the season games and see how you have kind of ventured off here. I believe,
gotcha. I think last time we did this, I had us losing.
I think you had 5 losses.
Yeah, it was either 5 or 6.
Right.
Yeah.
So this Saturday we obviously are at number 14 Auburn, and we both have that as a loss.
Yes.
So let me go ahead and write that down so we can kind of keep track.
But not by 12 points though.
Then on looks like Tuesday we play number 24 Mississippi State at home. Who do you got? It's at win or loss.
I got us. I got Kentucky winning at home.
All right. And then number 7 KU at home.
That'll be another win, baby.
All right, then we travel to Nashville to play Vanderbilt.
That'll be a win.
Then we travel to Gainesville, play Florida.
I think we're going to lose that game. Florida's pretty hard to beat down there in Gainesville.
All right, so we have a home game versus South Carolina.
That'll be a win.
Okay, then we travel to Mississippi State, ranked number 24 currently.
That's a win.
That's a win. That'd be a big.
That's a win, baby. I've changed my mind on that game. That's going to be a win.
There you go. Then we have LSU at home.
That's a win.
Then we have Tennessee at home.
We're dropping that game to Tennessee.
All right. Then we travel to the wonderful state of Missouri and play Mizzou.
The wonderful state of Missouri to beat Mizzou.
There we go, to beat Mizzou. Then we have Auburn at home, currently ranked number 14.
Auburn at home. We're gonna avenge the loss that we're probably gonna have this week, and we're gonna win that game at home.
There we go. Then we have Arkansas at home.
That's a win.
All right. Then we travel to Knoxville and play Tennessee, ranked number 3 currently.
We're going to drop that game also. We are going to probably lose both games to Tennessee this year.
All right. Then we're on the road at Ole Miss, currently ranked number 18th.
Well, see, man, this is a hard one for me. It's a hard game for me because it kind of depends on this Auburn game. Because Ole Miss did beat Auburn, so I'm going to say a loss right now, but maybe after this week's Auburn game, it might change.
I might change my mind. Then we finish up with Florida at home.
That'll be a win.
All right, so that gives you four losses for the rest of the season. So that puts us at 7 losses. So you went up 1 loss. It's like it sounds like here.
Yep, with a top 5 seed in the bracket, that's going to happen.
With the top 5, that's a bold prediction, my friend.
It's going to happen, baby.
So
no lower than 6.
Now for the Buck Nasty picks for the rest of the season here, I do have us dropping to Auburn. I do have us beating Mississippi State. I do have us beating Kansas now. I've watched KU play the last couple games. I'm really not impressed of what they have. Yes, I do know their best players out, but it doesn't really matter. I think we could beat them with their best player. We do beat Vanderbilt. I feel we do beat Florida at Florida. We beat SC at home. And now this is where it gets tricky. The month of February looks rough, Chris, because as of today, January 17th, we have 5 ranked opponents and 3 non-ranked ranked opponents in the month of February and March. So this is going to get really tricky, really fast, because it is almost as if we play a ranked team. Then we play a non-ranked team, ranked team, non-ranked team, ranked team, non-ranked team. So it's and most of these non-ranked games are on a Tuesday night games, which historically not very good nights to play for Kentucky.
You're right.
So
it's like that pre-tournament gauntlet's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So we play at Mississippi State. I'm going to have them lose that one. And then we play LSU. I'm going to have them win that one. Tennessee at home. I have them losing that one. I have them losing to Missouri at Missouri, unfortunately. Then we step up and we beat Auburn at home. Beat Arkansas at home. Lose to Tennessee. Lose to Ole Miss. And then beat Florida at the end of the season. So I have 5 losses for the rest of the year. Keeping my actually upping my loss count to 8 losses this year instead of 7 from so. And since you went out there and put a tournament seed out there,
I was getting ready to ask you. Go ahead and give me a prediction.
I would be just judging off of the regular season. I think that would be warranted like a 10 or a 9 seed. Now, if we make it to the third round in the SEC tournament, I think that puts us at like 7 or 8. So anywhere from 11 to 7, it's kind of where I'm thinking as of right now, and kind of predicting what the rest of the SEC will do, because I don't anticipate Tennessee losing more than 2 games like all year. I don't anticipate Ole Miss losing more than 4 games. Auburn maybe loses 5. So
absolutely.
We're going to be.
I mean, but
go ahead.
Something crazy could happen,
right,
to where we can drop both games to Tennessee this year, and then beat them in the tournament, right? And beat them in the SEC tournament. I mean, that could completely change everything.
Which I would be totally okay with that. I would too. I mean, as much as I hate to say this, I wouldn't mind going into the SEC tournament as a underdog, as a 7 or 8 seed, and then we have to play Auburn the first round, and then Ole Miss, and then Tennessee, and then finish up with I don't know, Mississippi State, something
or Florida or something,
right? I mean, because I think that will put us in the right stride for that tournament and make a great run. So,
I would rather drop 2 regular season games to Tennessee and then beat them in the SEC tournament and outlast them, come March. I'd gladly take that.
And to be honest, the SEC depth is looking pretty nice. So,
it is, man. It is.
So I mean, having 6 conference, say we get beat in the conference 6 times, it's not going to look that bad. Especially if they are on the road. Now, if they're at home, it might be a little bit worse. So,
really,
go ahead.
Really, with the exception of Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, I mean, the SEC
Missouri's
is pretty
solid.
stacked.
Missouri's solid, bro. Yeah.
Are they ranked?
They are not ranked, but I saw them play last Monday, was it, or something like that? And
you gotcha.
They are a seriously underranked team. I like in my opinion.
So they're underrated, huh?
As of right now, yes. I mean, I don't know. They were playing. They were beating Tennessee by 10 points at one point. Yes, they came back and lost by 20. But they had glimpses of being good.
They had glimpses of greatness. Right. I got you.
So looking at their schedule moving forward, they have a fairly easy schedule. They play Texas A&M, Arkansas, and then LSU, and then Vanderbilt. So they get on a 4 or 5 game tear. They could get a good. They could get a good seed in the SEC.
A deep turning run, huh?
Well, I want to go out on a limb and say they have the easiest schedule in the SEC, because they play Texas A&M, Arkansas
twice,
LSU,
Arkansas twice, and LSU
at
twice,
Auburn, and then they play Vanderbilt at Tennessee. Then they play Texas A&M at home, Arkansas at home, and then play Ole Miss, UK at Florida, Mississippi State, which that's a horrible stretch of games there.
Oh yeah,
but then they finish the season with South Carolina and Georgia. So, I mean, I want to say that's probably the easiest schedule in the SEC for them. So they make a little bit of run, make a little bit noise in the SEC tournament, possibly second, third round, just depending on how their the games pan out for them. They can sneak into the tournaments, unfortunately.
All right, well, people, you heard it here first. Michael Bucknasty Buckheiser, the 14th, is calling it now that Missouri is going to be the surprise team.
Yeah, and I do have them beating UK, so it would make sense.
Ooh, okay.
So,
we'll see.
Anything to add, Chris, before we end the show tonight?
No, man, it's been a great week. Let's end it on a high note, and go Cats, baby.
All right, guys, and Matthew Lyle will be back with us on a Sunday, the usual host. He usually puts on a pretty good show for us. Chris and myself kind of hang on for the ride.
We need a mullet. We need a mullet update.
But on Sunday's show, we will definitely recap the game, and then we will preview the upcoming game. Obviously, slipping my mind who we're playing right now for some reason. I got football on the mind. Mississippi State at home the next game next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So we will talk about the Auburn game. Hopefully talk about a win, but you never know. And then we'll preview the Mississippi State game and the bass fishing team starts their season next week too.
Oh, so, guys, look at Mike.
So guys,
dipping over into the old.
All that and much more, guys. Next Sunday, next time. Chris, send us out.
Send us out.
Go Cats!
Yeah, go Cats.
Go Cats. Bye.